Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with The Bucket List. 16 works I really hope to hear live before the end, before I kick the bucket. And I'm really curious to get your bucket list as well, if you don't think the idea itself is too morbid. And seriously, the concept of this actually arose because, of course, we're in the process of doing these music I can't live without talks. And they're wonderful. I mean, wonderful talks where you are giving me these fabulous lists of things that you think are your favorites in various genres. But one of the things that's happening that you all know about, because we've talked about it before and you understand, is that there is so much more repertoire available on disc than you will ever hear live. There have been so many recordings of so much interesting stuff. It doesn't even have to be all that unusual, because it seems to me that the actual repertoire in performance, in live performance, is contracting. It consists, as one of you very, very astutely pointed out, of either sort of, now that modern music is tonal again, some sort of flavor of the month novelty. And that's important. I mean, we have to play new music. I get it. That's okay. But then just a limited number of certified masterpieces that the conductors who don't have any particular loyalty to any particular ensemble run around every year with every orchestra that they guest conduct with. And they do those. And they only have a limited amount of time to rehearse. They only have so much time to do it. And the general managers of these various ensembles or concert series or whatever they are want to bring in an audience. And so they always emphasize things that are more familiar or name soloists. And the result of this is that there is this enormous world of classical music available, but only the tiniest fraction of it actually gets heard. And it's pity. It's a real pity. And so I'm addressing that, because I know that there are probably all kinds of works that you folks have heard on recordings, maybe some of them because I've recommended them, or you've discovered them on your own, and you would love to go see them in a concert if you could, but the chances of that happening, probably, next to zilch. That's why I've done this, fabulous concert program series full of concert programs you can do at home, because you're never going to hear them live. And there's more of those coming. Don't worry, we're finishing the George Lloyd Symphony cycle. But it's coming up. But it's just amazing how much music there is worth listening to, and how little we actually get to go and hear. So here's my list of 16 works I'd love to hear live. Any genre, anything you want. Haydn, Symphony No. 70. It's one of his most compact symphonies. It would actually make a fabulous concert opener because it's like overture length. It's like 15 minutes long, but it's full of contrapuntal wizardry and humor, and it's typical Haydn, but it's a masterpiece, a compact masterpiece, and brilliantly scored. It's got trumpets and timpani, and it's to die for. But you want to hear it before you die for it. I do anyway. Then the Alkan Concerto for Solo Piano. I mean, people do play that nowadays. I just haven't been able to get to see it in an actual piano recital. I mean, it's one of the most fabulous monster pieces ever written for solo piano. It's a perfect half of a program all by itself because it's 40 minutes long. It actually consists of 3 of his etudes in all the minor keys. I mean, that's what it's part of. It's 12 etudes in all the minor keys. And I think this thing is like 3, 4, and 5, or 4, 5, and 6. There's a symphony. There's a concerto. There's an overture. There's Aesop's Feast. There's all kinds of nifty stuff in these 12 supposedly etudes. I use the term loosely. They're impossibly virtuosic, and wow, what fun that would be. I just would die to go see it. I have to stop using the word die. I would be thrilled to go see it. That's it. We're not dying anymore. We're going to be alive for a long time. But how many of this stuff we'll see? Well, that's an open question. The Monteverdi Vespers. I've got a bazillion recordings of it. I adore the work. It's one of the great choral masterpieces, and I haven't seen it programmed or performed in ever. I'm sure it does get played and people do it, but it's so lovely. And I really would love to just see it, because it's so interesting in terms of its instrumental and choral forces, and how it gets performed and produced, and where and what venue, and how everything gets arranged. And yeah, it's a must see for me anyway. Gluck, Alceste, the opera. Yeah. Oh, is this a passionate, intense, amazing opera? Oh my goodness! Even with the Deus ex machina Hercules bit at the end, like all of Gluck's operas, it is textually a mess. It depends on what you put in and what you take out, and how you want to end it and all that stuff. But it's a great story. It's two Greek monarchs who are busy trying to die and for the other, in place of the other, and Alceste goes and gets her husband back from the world of the dead, and in exchange for her own life, and he gets upset with her because, anyway, the music is what matters. It's extremely passionate and intense, and one of the things that Gluck is known for, of course, is his reform operas, by overthrowing the Baroque reign of the da capo aria and ornamentation that's all designed to suit the soloists and whatnot, and writing continuous music throughout the entire opera. And that is true. But most people accept that, or look at that as a purely academic exercise. That, okay, yeah, he did that, but the music's really rather dull. And it's not dull. It's extraordinary. Absolutely extraordinary. And I really want to see a great performance of Alceste. I think it would be tremendously enjoyable. Piston, Symphony No. 4. Walter Piston wrote great symphonies, from numbers 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are among the great neoclassical symphonic masterpieces of the first half of the 20th century. And I've played 2 and 6, and I've heard the others, but 4 is wonderful. Just a wonderful piece. They're like Roussel symphonies. They're compact, and they're formally elegant and beautifully shaped and full of good ideas, and we never get to hear them. And it drives me crazy. The 4th is one of the best. It's only been recorded a couple times. You can go hear Gerard Schwartz in Seattle. It's a beautiful performance that was on Delos and then Naxos. Why can't we hear it? Oh, it's so sad. After Piston, Magnard, Violin Sonata. Oh, this is a monster violin sonata. It's like 50 minutes long, with a scherzo that just blows my mind. It's such a great movement. It's only 4 minutes out of the whole thing, but it's a big, huge, behemoth in cyclical form that ends quietly. It's so serious and so definitely intended not to be popular. And so it isn't. But I wish it were, because it's really, really beautiful. It's thrilling. And that scherzo. Da 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 da. That's the trio tune. I just love it. Okay, I'm never going to hear that one. No, it's never going to happen. Vaughan Williams. Oh, not Vaughan Williams. Yes, Vaughan Williams. Here it is. Symphony No. 8. The one with all the phones and spiels in the finale. As a percussionist, I want to hear that with the tuned gongs. God, that would be fun. It's got vibraphones, glockenspiels, and xylophones, and gongs, and things, and stuff. And it's also quite compact. It's only about 25 minutes long or so. One movement is just for winds. One movement is just for strings. It opens with variations without a theme. I mean, it's an enigmatic work, but the concluding toccata is glorious, and I would love to hear what it sounds like live. Will I ever? Okay, Schulhoff, the Concerto for Piano and Small Orchestra. Technically, this is his Piano Concerto No. 2. It's quite similar in sound and in shape. It's a single movement to the Rachmaninoff Piano Concerto for the left hand, which actually came later. I mean, that's one of the fascinating things about it. You've got to wonder if Ravel had heard this piece. It's written for a smallish orchestra, but with a boatload of interesting percussion, including like a typewriter and stuff. It's just a delicious work. Fun, Dadaist, crazy riot of color and virtuosity, and lyrical lyrical charm and some wonderfully touching moments, especially after the big central climax. It's just beautiful. And Schulhoff's music doesn't get played anyway, but this is a piece that really, I mean, a chamber orchestra could really rock it beautifully, fantastically. Malcolm Arnold, Symphony No. 5. This is the one with the fife and drum finale. It's got the fife and drum finale, the big tacky tune that comes back at the end, the shopping at Macy's during the Christmas season trio of the scherzo. You know, jump, 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 da 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 da. Gosh, it's wonderful. It's just a wonderful masterpiece, and we don't hear any Malcolm Arnold, so, pisses me off. Aaron Copland, his short symphony. Everybody agrees that it's one of the great 20th century symphonic masterpieces. I mean, it really is. It's in 3 movements. It's only about 15 minutes long. It's extremely difficult. It's rhythmically very, very tricky, and most of it is very, very sparse. It's just a couple of contrapuntal lines and things going, and really catchy and fresh. It's full of vigor and a sort of youthful spring in its step. Let's put it that way. I adore it. I really do. It was so complicated or difficult to perform that when Copeland wrote it, he later, recast it as a sextet or something like that, which is a pity because you got to hear the whole thing. And it's orchestral guise. It's for small orchestra, another chamber orchestra piece. I haven't seen it programmed, and I would really go to see that in a heartbeat. Dvořák, his string quartet No. 4. Now, Dvořák wrote 16 string quartets, or 14 string quartets, pardon me. 14 string quartets plus the cypresses and some other things and miscellaneous movements. There's a lot of music for string quartet. And the first 3 the first is okay. It's kind of derivative. The second is also attractive. The third is like 75 minutes long. It has Wagner quotations and all that. But it's fascinating to hear Dvořák evolve, because by the time he got to the 4th quartet, he had assimilated the Wagnerian idiom. He later gave it up, but that's why this is so interesting. But the Wagnerian chromatic idiom, a la Tristan and Isolde type of Wagnerian idiom. And he wrote this 30-minute single movement quartet that I think is just a masterpiece. It's phenomenal. And it has in the middle of it what later became his Nocturne for Strings. The Andante Religioso was how it was marked. A wonderfully heartfelt piece that's 20 years in advance of Rachmaninoff, which is really kind of who it resembles. It's an amazing work, an absolutely amazing work. And again, I have never seen it programmed. And modern string quartets today, I mean, they should revive some of these early Dvořák quartets because they are fascinating. And this one particularly, I think, is extraordinary. I mean, it's like Verkleerdernacht, only 30 years ahead of its time. Give it a chance, for heaven's sake. It's just amazing. Then Debussy, Printemps, his little orchestral diptych. I just love it. It's so catchy. It's so beautiful. No one quite knows what it was supposed to be. I mean, it's a tone poem in 2 movements, spring. And it has that catchy tune in the finale. Yam ba da 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 dum bum ba da 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 dum bum. It's exactly the same harmonic outline as Quand'ero Paggio from Falstaff. Quand'ero Paggio di Duca di Norfolk. It's the same thing. The tune in Printemps. You kind of wonder if Debussy had heard Falstaff. I don't know. I don't think it matters. But, what a beautiful, beautiful piece. And again, no one programs it. It requires 2 pianos. I think it's got some strange orchestrational, quirks to it. But for 15 minutes, it's like an overture opening to a concert. Why the hell not? It ends with a bang. Everybody would just love it. They all listen to it and go, oh, where did that come from? It's so pretty. It's recklessly pretty. And after Debussy, Don Gillis, Symphony No. 5½. One of the funniest pieces of music anybody ever wrote. It's only 12 minutes long. It's a great concert opener. The movement titles are wonderful. Scherzophrenia, for example. It's funny and it's lighthearted. And Gillis wrote like 12 symphonies and concertos and major works. And I would give anything to hear any of them, quite frankly. But I put this down because it's the only thing people know and people have heard of. Toscanini played it. If he could do it, why can't other people? It Gillis was a wonderful, wonderful composer in a classical / popular idiom. And some of his works are quite serious. I mean, they really are, but they all are imbued with this sense of fun and color and unmistakable of their period, 40s and the 50s, with jazz and lounge music and all this stuff, all combined. It's just delicious. Ahmed Adnan Saygun, the Turkish composer, his Viola Concerto. I adore this piece. It's practically atonal, sort of, kind of, but not in a 12-note sort of way. It's atonal in a advanced chromatic idiom that's incredibly lush and dense and full of exotic sonorities and like rippling celesta passages. And it's such a thrilling work for the violist. And I don't understand. I think it would be popular. I mean, it's not easy to listen to. It's because it's almost like, you know what it's like? I'll tell you what it's like. It's like Szymanowski in his chromatic period. Szymanowski of like the Third Symphony, or the First Violin Concerto. It's that kind of a piece. And if you like those pieces, then you would really enjoy this work because it's fabulous. And there aren't that many great violin concertos out there. I mean, viola concertos, pardon me. And that is certainly one of them. So after Saygun, let's see, Constant Lambert, the Rio Grande, for chamber choir and piano solo and orchestra of like winds and percussion and other things. It's a nifty little 17-minute jazz extravaganza from the 1920s. It's a flapper piece. It's got Charlestons and all that kind of stuff in it. Oh gosh, it's fun to listen to. I've never even heard anyone thinking of performing it. It's complicated because you've got to have vocal soloists, you've got a choir, you've got a piano, you've got a strangely constituted orchestra with a mountain of percussion, and it's over in 15 minutes. So what are you going to do? It would have to be performed with something like, Antheil's Ballet Mécanique or Milhaud's La Création du Monde. I mean, you have to put together one of these jazz fusion concert things. And you can only do it like once. But wow, what a nifty piece. I would be so happy to hear it live. And last but not least, Einar Englund, who I think is one of the most splendid of all the Finnish 20th century composers, and a great 20th century composer generally. His Piano Concerto No. 1, which is brilliant. It's shades of Bartók and Prokofiev, but with its own sense of humor and color and vivacity. It's terrific. The finale is brilliant. It's so brilliant because it's based on a 3-note tune. Da, da, da. That's all it is. And it has this enormous romantic apotheosis based entirely on this 3-note melody. It's all apotheosizing, and you expect to hear the great tune come back, like at the end of the Rachmaninoff Second Concerto or something, but it's not. It's all going da, 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 and it's so warmly amusing. It's got a wink to its eye. It's just a piece of work of genius. Terrific. No one's ever going to do it. So that's my 16. That's the bucket list. This bucket list, of course, probably will be totally different next year. So you don't have to feel permanently wedded to your bucket list. This is just how you feel now, based on what you've heard, what you'd really like to be able to go see. I'm very curious to see what you think. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.